What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Joeywerk, and I am back, baby. I'm going to run through tomorrow's entire MLB card, and I'll be Thursday, June 2nd. As I mentioned last night, the month has turned over. We are into June. The dog days of summer are about to start, and the winners are going to continue to flow. Last time you guys saw me was last night, as I mentioned. I gave out Astros first 5, -0.5, -120. That was a winner, 1-0 Astros through 5. I don't think Verlander even gave up a hit through 5. And then the 6th inning, he gave up a couple runs, but the Astros did come back and win the game. But first 5 did cash for us. That's a nice get us on the right track here. I am doing great on the Run Pure Bet spreadsheet as of late. I was 11-3-1 going into last night. Going into today, I am 1-1 on the day, so 12-4-1. My last 16, 17. You'll love to see it. We're going to keep rolling, though. We'll go through the entire card, as I mentioned. So let me pull up these lines real fast. I don't have a line. The first game is, so the Yankee game did get postponed from tonight. They are playing again. So they're going to play a doubleheader tomorrow, pending the weather. It looks like it's supposed to rain tomorrow in New York as well. But now they switched the starting pitching matchups. Reed Detmers. It was supposed to be Reed Detmers versus Nestor Cortez tonight. Now it's looking like it's going to be Shohei Ohtani versus Cortez in the afternoon session, and they'll probably move Detmers to the late game. So I am not seeing a line here. I was very interested in backing Cortez versus Detmers in the first 5 in that game that was supposed to be played tonight. Obviously, that got postponed. Now there's no line. I would expect the Yankees to be a little bit favorites here against Ohtani, but the lineup that the Yankees have been trotting out the last couple of days, not exactly scary. I thought they could get to Detmers. Do I think they could get to Ohtani? It's definitely going to be a little harder to get to Ohtani here. Gallo, Kiner, Falefa, Hicks, Carpenter, Trevino, all have been in the lineup last couple of days. Donaldson is still hurt. DJ played last night. You would think maybe that they canceled today's game. He should be good to go tomorrow. But there are still, Giancarlo Stanton is still on the IL, so they do have some injuries still. So it's just going to be a pass game for me. Obviously, I have to wait till see the line anyway. Next game, and Ohtani Stan, how does he pitch against the Yankees? They don't have many at-bats. They have less than 30 at-bats versus him. And Ohtani's pitched pretty damn good this year. His last start, he did have a little trouble giving up 5 earned runs against Toronto, but I'm just going to pass on that game. But Princess Chachu, what's up, my guy? Appreciate everybody in the building hanging out. Much love. We're going to continue to grind here. All right, so next game I have is, what do we got here? Tampa Bay. No, Ohtani's going to get rocked, Robert says. Okay, Robert. All right, Rob. Big time Timmy Jim. Okay, no, next game I have Minnesota, Detroit. Chris Archer versus Alex Fideo. Alex Fideo is getting by kind of smoking mirrors here. And Archer has not been very good himself. Archer gives up runs. He's gave up runs every single start he's had. He hasn't pitched more than 4 innings all year. This guy's going to start, give you 4 innings, and then it's a bullpen game. Minnesota's bullpen is middle of the pack. Not really one that I trust, that's for sure. And Fideo, as I mentioned, he's getting it done with smoky mirrors, really. His numbers show he's due for some regression. His advanced numbers definitely show he's due for some regression. And he hasn't seen this Twins team yet. He pitched against Cleveland his last 2 starts. I guess his last start was the best one he's had. He pitched 6 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs. Only 2 strikeouts. Not really a high strikeout guy. He does pitch to contact. I do expect him to get hit hard one of these times around, So essentially he's pitched 5 starts. He pitched against Pittsburgh, Oakland, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland twice. So not the best offenses. He's getting a Minnesota team. Could definitely hit the ball, that's for sure. But do I trust Chris Archer? That's really the question. And essentially, I do not trust Chris Archer. Let me see the line we got here. The line we got, let me pull up. The line we have here is -132 Minnesota. That's the first 5. Sorry. Hold on. Full game, yeah, same thing. -130, -135. Under/over is set at 8.5. I definitely do expect runs here. Texas has had some trouble scoring. Detroit has had some problems scoring. Do I expect them to score against Chris Archer in the bullpen? I absolutely do. They've seen Chris Archer 105 at bats. They bat 427 X weighted on base percentage versus him. So the over 8.5 is definitely interesting. Obviously, it's dependent on the weather. I'm not going to pull the trigger here yet on that. Definitely dependent on the weather. I mean, Archer did pitch against his team May 23rd, 4 innings, only allowed 1 earned run. This Detroit team, they got to start calling up the younger guys like and start making some moves here, because still the bottom of the lineup, there's still a black hole really at the bottom of the lineup. And this team is only 10 games out of 500. They can compete if they get some more good at bats, not just swings. They get a lot of homers or swings and misses. They need some better at bats, and to make some contact. Their pitching has been actually pretty decent thus far, so they definitely need to just score some more runs. Actually, I'm seeing wind blowing out, looks like, and the under/over got bet. It started at 8, got bet up to 8.5. So I don't even see an 8 yet. Actually, I do see an 8. Sugar House has 8 at -115. Archer Fadejo. I'm going to take that. It'll be my first official play. Minnesota, Detroit, over 8, -115 via Sugar House. That'll be my first official play on this video. Twins, Tigers, over 8, -115 via Sugar House in New Jersey. That'll be my first official play. More than likely have a couple more on this slate. All right, next game we got is Kluber versus Hearn, Tampa Bay versus Texas. And look what happens. Look what happens here. Freaking Wander Franco gets hurt, and Tampa Bay looks like a 500 baseball team. I mean, they haven't been, they've overplayed themselves to start the year. And as I said last year, I'm going to keep telling you guys, this Tampa Bay team is not that good. Like right now, if you look at their lineup, Hal Ramirez, Yandy Diaz, Randy Arozarena, 2, 3, 4. And it just gets worse. The rest of the lineup, it just gets worse. Isaac Paredes, who they picked up, is now in like the 6th hole. Zanino, Taylor Wells, who JJ said can't hit a basket, then hit a homer, proceeded to hit a homer on Sunday. Good for him. But I mean, this Tampa Bay offense I am not afraid of. They're playing in a pitcher-friendly park in Texas. Taylor Hearn, not very good. And the best part is Tampa cannot hit lefties, man. This team was so bad versus lefties last year, and I expect them to be pretty bad versus them this year. I know they started decent, but this team was one of the worst teams against lefties last year. So, okay, they started this year, okay. There's only been 50 games in a year, So we got to take a step back. They play 160. I think it's going to right its wrong over here. As for Kluber, he's pitched decent, 44 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 20 earned runs. And his ERA is a 4.03, 42 strikeouts. So he's got about a strikeout per inning. And he's not walking anybody. His whip is really good as well. So I do expect him probably to pitch good against this Texas team. And just can Tampa score some runs off of Taylor Hearn? I'm not banking on it. Honestly, I would take Texas in this series, every game in this series, as the dog. I think they won the first 2. And tonight they're winning 3-0 with Big John on the hill tonight. So, Texas doesn't have great pitching, but they're shutting down this Tampa Bay team. Not really a team I want to back right now. Tampa is not a team. They're not finding their stride. Should they get some hits against Taylor Hearn? Absolutely. But again, as I mentioned, this team was terrible against lefties last year, and I don't trust them. So at a favorite price, you will not see me betting on the Tampa Bay Rays at a juicy favorite price at all. Next game got his White Sox, Blue Jays. Johnny Cueto, Alex Manoah in Toronto. This should be fun. White Sox are definitely struggling a little bit. Obviously losing Tim Anderson, losing Joe Bob. So they are missing some holes in that lineup. But, they are still hitting the ball pretty good. Gavin Sheets, they slug Gavin Sheets right in there. So, they are hitting the ball pretty good. Andrew Vaughn. They still have some young talent on that team. And this Toronto team's bats look like they've came to life as of late. The last couple series, they came alive and they have started scoring. But again, this is like, a Toronto team 1 through 5, 6 is kind of scary. Then they got a couple holes back on the bottom. Danny Jansen. I know they moved up. Espinal has been batting like second, but it looks like they moved him back down to the bottom of the lineup. He is somebody that I do think is pretty damn good. He obviously is. I'm pretty sure he's a rookie this year, or last year was his rookie year. So this is his second season. But I know the guys on this team, Toronto, definitely really like him. And the ball club as a whole, the organization as a whole, is definitely pretty high on Santiago Espinal. And as you've seen, he's produced and he looks pretty good at the plate. If you watched him. And Cueto, I think this is Cueto's third start this year. The guy continues to get it done. Smoke and mirrors. I don't know how he does it, but the guy continues to show people that, man, this is why he's been in the league for how many years? 15 years. This is how he's been in the league for 15 years. Just continues to get the job done. So he's pitched 3 starts. His last start, he did struggle against the Cubs, gave up 5 earned at home. He has 14 strikeouts in 18 and 2/3 innings, 7 walks, 2.41 ERA. He pitched against Kansas City, at Kansas City, the Yankees, and the Cubs. Now we got Manoah on the other end. Arguably, obviously he's the best starter for the Blue Jays, but I would say he's in the conversation of best starter in the AL East. Like, this guy is very, very good. This is only his second full season. And 56 innings thus far this year. He's only allowed 11 earned runs. Holy hell. 1.77 ERA on the year. 9 walks, 0.91 whip. Guy is absolutely killing it. He hasn't pitched against this White Sox team, a guy who normally prefers to pitch at home. He gets the pitch at home here. So I am definitely interested in the Blue Jays here. I think they are the better of the 2 offenses. I think they are the better of the 2 starters. So I'm going to take the Blue Jays. We're going to take the Blue Jays on the first 5 on the run line. Blue Jays first 5 run line. Let me see here. Blue Jays first 5 run line. 1 second. Blue Jays first 5. Wow. 128. Jesus Christmas. So we're not going to do that. Let's see if we can attack this a different way. I'm not going to lay 130 on the Blue Jays here. You guys know I rarely ever lay these high of numbers. So I'm not going to. Maybe we take. Oh man, I would like to find another way on Toronto here, but let me check out the chat here. Help me with some money so I can get Amber Heard out of jail. What up, Chalk? Brandon Cola, you goat. Like the vids, kids. Thanks for putting in the great work, Theo Brody. Thank you, Theo. I didn't play your winner in Houston first 5. Live line went up to 140. Yeah, that's why I went live last night at like 10:30. That's why I do these overnights. We beat the CLV. Everyone saw my video. They hammered Houston. That line flew up, my guy. Where were you on the Rays? Under futures. Boom. I said my bet was I gave Cola my pregame when I did my AL East preview. I gave out Rays to not make playoffs at plus 200. There it was. Viper B47. What up, Viper? Long time no see. Toronto minus 1.5 plus 100. See, I'm not totally against that. Toronto, I really, Chicago has the better bullpen in my eyesight. So Chicago has the better bullpen. Number-wise, Toronto has thus far this year, but I think Chicago actually is a better bullpen of the 2, my eyes-wise. And I do not like to take a home team laying a 1.5 because ideally they're winning the game and they don't get up in the 9th, so they lose 1 at bat. I was agreeing. I bet it with you too. Let's go, Cola. Let's go. Yeah, so right now I am definitely lean. Is a hard lean with Toronto here. Hard lean with Toronto, but I'm going to pass with the line right now. Next game we got is Washington versus Cincinnati. Jan Adon versus Graham Ashcraft. Graham Ashcraft, that guy is actually pretty damn good. I talked about him maybe a couple Sundays ago when it was his first start of the year with JJ and Holden. He got his first start, and he pitched pretty damn well. Now he's getting a Washington team. Arguably, at the end of the year, Cincinnati will likely be the worst team in all of baseball. Washington will likely be the second worst. Then I want to say maybe Miami-ish. Miami or Baltimore. But no doubt in my mind is Cincinnati going to be the worst team in baseball. And Pittsburgh's definitely down there too. But Ashcraft, so he pitched against Toronto in Toronto, gave up 2 earned through 4, and then he pitched San Fran at home. He likes to pitch at home. He had the Great America Small Park, 6 innings, no earned runs. And his minor league numbers are very, very good. He actually has, his strikeout numbers were much better in the minors. But this is a guy that basically, was drafted in 2019, was already in the majors. It's 2022. So 3 years right through the minors. Technically, basically skipped AAA. He started in AAA this year. That's it. And now he's already onto the majors because, this team definitely needs as many arms as they can get. And Yadon is not very good himself. He's struggled. He's given up a lot of homers. This guy's got 8 losses on the year already. 8 freaking losses. It's hard to take Cincinnati as a favorite. No matter this Cincinnati team's going to lose 100 games. So to take them as a favorite is really, really scary. But sheesh, this guy continues to give up runs. Yadon. I guess he pitched good against Colorado his last start, but Colorado outside of Coors Field doesn't say much. He's in 47 and a third innings. He's gave up 32 earned runs, 6 ERA. So this is basically a crapshoot. I definitely like Graham Ashcraft as the better starter. I definitely probably prefer, a little Cincinnati lineup here. Yadon continues to put people on with free passes. His whip is 1.67 on the year, and you can't do that. In the majors, you cannot continue to walk people. So, this is basically a crapshoot. 2 young arms. I'm just going to pass here. Lean is with the Reds, though. Next game I got is Alex Wood and the Giants versus the Miami Marlins and Sandy Alcantara. Let me get a line on this one. Do we got a line here? Because I'm pretty interested in this game if we do have a line. Man is out there throwing 101. I streamed him against you. I bet you did. Let me see. Do we got a line here? No line in this game, of course. No line. Alex Wood versus Alcantara. Damn. That's upsetting. But Alex Wood, the slow-throwing lefty, I guess he's another vet that essentially gets the job done, but he gives up runs every single start. His ERA is almost 5 in 43 innings thus far. He's walking a decent amount of people. His whip is 1.47. He is striking out about a batter per inning, but he hasn't faced the best lineups either. He's faced Colorado twice, Cincinnati, Washington twice, Cleveland, faced against the Dodgers one time, and San Diego twice. And the 2 times versus San Diego, he really, really struggled. So Miami's not really the exact offense that scares me. Miami's park obviously is pitcher-friendly park, but I definitely very much like Sandy Alcantara. The guy is listed his last 3 starts. He pitched 8 innings, 1 earned run his last start against Atlanta. 9 innings, shutout, no earned runs before that. Now go back one more start. 8 innings, 1 earned run. 14, 7, and 5 on the strikeouts. He walked 3 people total. The guy has been absolutely phenomenal. 67 and 2/3 innings, a 2 ERA. 63 strikeouts, 20 walks. Whip is 1, ERA is 2. I mean, this guy has been absolutely amazing. I am very interested in the Marlins here. Bullpen-wise, the Giants' bullpen is slightly better than the Marlins' bullpen. So I would prefer probably the first 5 here. But I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on Miami, either first 5 or full game. There'll definitely be a play of mine. I just do not have a line. I'm not seeing a line here at all in any place for this game. So I'm going to have to wait. But if you're a Run Pure Bets member, you guys will know when I pull the trigger, I'll put it on the official spreadsheet, and I will be backing the Miami Marlins at the price. I expect them to be, probably about a pick 'em. That's what I expect the line to be. So that is what I'm interested in. Next game we got is Seattle versus Baltimore. This game might not play. 65% rain chance. Chris Flexen, Jordan Lyles. Seattle is favored at -120. Under over at 8.5. Baltimore has somewhat got their stride. They're only 8 games out of 500. They're battling the Red Sox for who's going to come in 4th place in the AL East because the Red Sox had a hot streak and now they welcome back to reality. So, and Flexen, not really a guy I want to back. He had a really good season last year, but now everyone's seen him for a full season after coming back from the KBO, and the guy's been getting hit. His ERA is almost 5. He has 6 losses on the year. Obviously, Baltimore, playing in Baltimore this year, a lot of unders. Since they moved this fence back in left field, they raised the fence. So Jordan Lyles is a lifelong number 4 pitcher in the league. The guy had one good season. He got traded to, I want to say, the Astros right before the trade deadline. And he pitched good in the playoffs, then got paid, and now he's been on how many different teams from there? 3 different teams since then. That was 2-3 years ago. So Jordan Lyles definitely not a guy I'm interested in backing. But if this is a Baltimore pass, I actually kind of, if you want to take Baltimore team total over, I'm not totally against it. You got to get a 3.5 though. I prefer 3.5. I'm not totally against that. Otherwise, that is a pass. Next game I have is Yankees Angels. As I said, this game, another game that might not get off 65% chance rain. Reed Detmers, as I mentioned earlier, got pushed back. Now he's pitching a late game versus Jameson Taillon, who's been absolutely phenomenal. If these two do start, this game gets off. I am, again, interested in the Yankees' first 5 here. I do think the Yankees score all 3 Detmers. And with Ohtani pitching in the first game and batting, we may not get him in the lineup for the late game. And if you take Ohtani out of that lineup, there's one person I'm afraid of, and his last name is Trout. That is it. Literally. That is it out of the LA Angels lineup. Luis Rengifo is in the 4 hole, the 5 hole at times. This team, they got Andrew Velazquez, Tyler Wade, who are 2 Yankees who didn't make the cut, who are leftovers or just journeymen that LA's like, yeah, they can play every day for us. It doesn't matter if they can't hit as long as they play defense, So Angels are on the downslope for me. They started the season really good. I didn't think they were that good. Their offense is not very good. Their pitching is not very good. If you pitch around the 2-3 guys that can hit, it's going to be a long season for that team. And I think they come back to reality, probably have a losing record at the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle, jumps them. Seattle is probably about 6 games behind them right now, but I wouldn't be surprised. So this is another game I'm going to have to wait and see. No line really yet on this game either. So it's wait and see, but I am interested in the Yankees' first 5. All right, next game we have is San Diego, Milwaukee, Manaea versus Adrian Hauser. I've been attacking Adrian Hauser all year, and it has been very, very profitable. Now, do I back the Padres here with Sean Manaea on the hill? Sean Manaea, who they got over from Oakland. I personally like the guy. He has good stuff. He does at times leave the fastball up, which has been somewhat of a problem. He's gave up a couple home runs this year. He's gave up 8 homers on the year, 56 innings pitched, a 4 ERA. So he's given up starts. I mean, his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts, he gave it up at least 3 earned runs. So that's not someone I really want to put my money on. As I mentioned, I've been going against Adrian Hauser for a good amount of time because his advanced numbers are showing regression is coming, and it's going to come soon. He gave up 5 earned against St. Louis in 4 innings. He did pitch against his San Diego team about 2 weeks ago on May 23rd. 1 earned run in 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. Not a really high strikeout guy. He doesn't really walk many people either, 1 or 2 walks per game. But he has been limiting the hard contact. But his advanced numbers show he's about to get hit a couple times. Do I trust them versus Manaea? Probably not. So this will be another just pass. Next game I have is St. Louis versus Chicago. Matthew Liberatore versus Keegan Thompson. Keegan Thompson, baby. Who would have, I told you Keegan Thompson was 5-0 after how many starts he had? 5, 6 starts this year. You would have been like, who the hell is that? Is that the guy from Saturday Night Live and Good Burger? Keegan Thompson? So basically, this guy was in the pen for a while. They moved him to a starter, and he was in long relief, and now he's basically transitioned to a starter. He's pitched really good his last 3 starts. He won them all against Pittsburgh, Arizona, and the White Sox, all teams that don't have great offenses, especially as of late. He's only walked 1 batter in those 3 starts. He has 13 strikeouts in that time as well. He only allowed 2 earned runs. He gave a solo shot against the White Sox and gave up 1 run versus Arizona, 0 against Pittsburgh. So he has found his groove here against this St. Louis team. St. Louis is definitely the best offense he has faced, and Goldschmidt is absolutely tearing the ball apart. And a lefty for St. Louis, Liberatore. He started 2 games this year. He started in the minors, multiple starts, and now he started 2 games this year in the majors. Against Pittsburgh, he gave up 4 earned, and then Milwaukee came back 5 scoreless. I don't think he's crazy that good either. His minor numbers aren't crazy. He doesn't really have an overpowering fastball here for Liberatore. And the Cubs actually have hit lefties pretty damn good thus far. As we seen the other night, they hit up Milwaukee's Eric Lauer, who's definitely I think is much better than Matthew Liberatore. They hit him hard. They have been hitting lefties decent thus far. So this is another interested. I guess this is a tough one. I am somewhat interested in the dog, but St. Louis has been mashing. St. Louis plays good. Obviously, it all depends on the wind and the weather out there in St. Louis. But the lean is with the Cubs here and the dog. I'm not going to make anything official, but that is the lean. Let me see if we got any comments in the comment section here before I get to the last two games. The innings total is crazy. Needed Joe Adell back. Yeah. Hey, JJ. Puerto Rico, Onyx Barria. Yes, sir. Enter the Sandman. All right, next game we got is Atlanta, Colorado. Ian Anderson, Austin Gomber. Ian Anderson, I'm an Ian Anderson truther, as you guys know. In Colorado, as a minus 150 favorite, I'm going to pass. Obviously, I do not like Gomber at all. Atlanta has hit good against lefties as well. Let me see this. Let me just check the line here on this game. Yeah, minus 150, under over set at 11, which is about fair. Gomber is booty cheeks, gives up runs every start. And Ian Anderson has, came back somewhat to reality. His ERA is 4.5 this year. He's given up runs almost every single start. His last two starts, he gave up 4 earned in both starts. Pitching, he normally pitches 5-6 innings. He has a longer leash because the manager does trust him. But against in Colorado, no, thank you. At a minus 150 favorite, I just can't do it. If you guys wanted, I don't know. I wouldn't even touch that game. Maybe if you want to take the full game over 11, that's really the only lean I would have. Because I do think Colorado scores. I do think the Braves score. Obviously, in the Coors Field, anyone could score runs. So if you want to take, that's why that total's so high at 11. You want to take over 11, I'm not totally against it. Next game we got is Mets versus Dodgers. I mean, are the Pirates going to win today and they're going to swept 3-game swept to the Dodgers? Pirates are going to sweep the Dodgers in LA, 3-game set. And then here come the Mets and Tijuana Walker into town. So we got Tijuana Walker versus Tony Gonsolin. I'm not even seeing any lines for this one either. Jesus Christmas. That's why I normally do these shows really late, but I figured I'd try to get this thing down early. It is 11 p.m. on the East. So I'm not seeing no lines on this game either. I expect the Dodgers to probably be about minus 160 favorites, minus 150 favorites. The Dodgers are always favorite, and they always take money. So if you're going to bet the Mets, I would more than likely wait. Tijuana Walker has been actually pretty damn good this year, but I definitely expect some regression coming his way. His hard hit rate is high. The launch angle is not very good, so he has been getting hit hard. He has had a little luck on his side thus far, and he's a guy that sometimes gets into trouble where he can't find the zone and he's issuing free walks. He does get in his head at times, and that does happen. He has pitched really good thus far this year. 35 innings, 2.83 ERA. Only has 19 strikeouts, so his strikeouts are down. He almost has as many walks as strikeouts, so that's definitely a recipe for disaster. So if you want to take Tijuana Walker against the Dodgers, God bless. Tony Gonsolin has been absolutely amazing this year. He's pitched really good, 1.80 ERA. I think he started the whole year as a starter because they did have some injuries to start the season. And now, as you know, Kershaw is still out. And as good as he's been pitching, I think they're going to keep him rolling here. So let me just check this real fast. Yeah, they haven't really, the Mets really haven't seen much of him. On the opposite end, The Dodgers do bat .330 against Tijuana Walker in 100 plate appearances. Another game, this is probably like an under, probably lean. No official play here, but the lean would be with an under. So I know I went through every single game, guys. Bravado, my Lance LaRose, what's up, my guy? Team total over 6.5. Chachu, that's too much, man. Braves team total over 6. They got to score 7 runs. I can't do it. Just take, if you're going to get them to score 7 runs, you might as well just take the full game over 11 at that point. Can't wait to bet Gomber here. All right, we got Cola wants on Gomber. So one official play will be Twins Tigers over 8 -115 via Sugar House. As I mentioned earlier, I am very interested in a lot of games that still the lines aren't available. So you could either go back, watch the stream, rewatch this, and look at exactly who I'm interested in and whatnot. I'll tell you right now, basically. So I am interested in the Yankees game 2. Yankees game 2, first 5. Interested in that. That's if the game goes off or not. You know, it all depends on the weather, which is really a big question mark. I am very hard lean on Toronto first 5. I may just, you know what? Let's just see what the best line is on that, and let's see if we can just pull the trigger here. Let's do it. Toronto first 5. What's the best line we got? We'll just make these 2 official plays, and then I'll add some more for the Rump Your Bet subscribers. So I either can take +1 at 105 or -128. All right, so I'm going to take Toronto first 5 -128 via BetMGM. Toronto first 5 -128 via BetMGM. So those will be my 2 official plays. Obviously, I'm very interested in Miami as well. As I mentioned, I am very interested in Miami. No line in that game. I do want to take the Yankees on the first 5 in the second game. No line yet on that one either. So those will be my official plays on the sheet on our free play here. I will add more. As I mentioned, I will add more to the sheet for Rump Your Bet subscribers. Otherwise, my book has over 8.5. Will you still take the over? Yeah, Ricky, what's the number, buddy? What's the number? Jays are heating up, Lance. And the White Sox are going the opposite direction. Can we agree the White Sox are trash? Robert, we can agree both Sox are trash. The White Sox and the Red Sox. How about that? You know, I think the Central is bad. I think the AL Central is bad. I think the NL Central is bad. I really do. Chachu, I appreciate the support. Thank you for the positive vibes. Guys, hit that like button before you get out of here. I do really appreciate every single one of you. If you have any questions, now's the time. Otherwise, I'm going to bounce out of here. I do appreciate you all. I'll be back Sunday with JJ and Holden. If you guys are into sports cards, I'm breaking sports cards 3-4 times a week. Hitting some cool cards. We just got a Herbie rookie auto. Definitely worth a good chunk of change. We do have mystery packs, NBA, NFL, and MLB mystery packs, where basically the ceiling is about, $1,000 to $1,500 card. We charge $30 fillers. You can get in for 30 bones and get a $1,500 card. So check us out. High Stake Breaks. High, H-I-G-H, Stake, S-T-A-K-E, Breaks, B-R-E-A-K-E-S. We are live on Instagram and TikTok. Mainly we go live on TikTok, but if you follow us on Instagram, that's where we post all the information, where we're going live, whatnot. So I do appreciate that. That's actually at High Stake Breaks right there. If you guys want to follow me, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Otherwise, appreciate everybody in the chat. Much love for everyone hanging out. Thank you for the positive mojo, positive vibes. As always, hit the like button, throw a comment in the comment section. Let's keep this mojo going. I've been hot as of late. We're about to pick this steam up, and I feel good. I feel a nice run coming. Any 68 MLB Topps packs? I do have Topps packs. I got a Series 1 MLB Topps. I got, what else I got? I got a shit ton of baseball, my friend. I got a shit ton of baseball, shit ton of football. Basketball is what we just have mystery packs in basketball, which are heat. We have autographed jerseys, autographed mini helmets, a lot of autographed hockey pucks, autographed hockey skates, autographed hockey jerseys. We got hockey cards. We got everything. But much love, everybody. I'm out.